Cool. So we have started officially. We will wait a couple of minutes and then we'll get the presentation started and underway. So good, guys, as you join, if you have any questions throughout, please just put it through the chat, and we've got a couple of points in the presentation that we'll go through it. So maybe we'll start at like 2 or 3 minutes past. Ash, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Cool. There we go. So guys, just going to give it a couple of minutes before we start, and we'll then kick on, just for any late arrivals.
That's a good start.
Reassuring, for sure. Okay, guys, we'll give it one more minute and we'll kick off.
Yes. But you'll be able to ask any questions that you want to in the chat. So please feel free. We have some points within the presentation where we'll address some questions halfway through and also at the end.
Cool. I'm just going to share my presentation now. And you guys should be able to see it. I think there is this top right. Okay. And I'm just gonna share this here. Okay, cool, guys. So first of all, thank you all for joining this webinar, which is focused on Pariplay's North American strategy. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. And really, the main mission here and the objective is to explain to our partners, especially the suppliers, the opportunities that are available by working with Pariplay in North America. And how we want to go about it and be key partners. So, Ash, if you're ready, we should get started.
Let's go.
Let's go. So, guys, I'm going to run you through the agenda of what we're going to do. So we'll have a quick introduction into Ashley and myself, a quick intro into Pariplay's global summary and into the North American market, defining our strategy, looking at our distribution in the USA and Canada, looking at compliance and how we can help with supporting from a compliance perspective the entry into North America, into the different markets. We'll go through a quick summary of the engagement tools and then a summary through at the end. So guys, obviously there is the chat available. I can't see the chat at the moment, but I'll be able to. I think Ash, perhaps you can.
I can see.
Perfect. So we'll have 2 points, one after the distribution for questions, then one at the end. So please, guys, just feel free to add in any questions, and we'll do our best to answer them in the best way possible. So without further ado, let's begin. So guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shiv. I'm the VP here of North America at Pariplay. And my main responsibility and role is to create, develop, and execute our North American strategy and work with our different teams to do that. I've been at Pariplay for 2 years, have over 8 years experience in the industry, working at Elbet and NetEnt, and was in finance before that. And for those of you who know me, I love sports, the sunshine, and definitely some dark rum. And I'll pass it over to Ash.
And bring in the positive vibes, Shiv.
Positive
That's what you're very
vibes.
good at. Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Ashley. I'm the Director of Partnerships. My overall responsibilities is overseeing the commercial and operational activity of all of our Pariplay suppliers via Fusion and Ignite platform. I'm a baby at Pariplay. I've only been here for 4 months so far, although I feel like I've been part of the Pariplay family for such a long time in the best way possible. I have 13 years iGaming experience, 6 years working in B2C and 7 years in B2B. So giving me a great balance of working on both sides of the coin. My likes are tennis. So if you're a big tennis fan and you're in the south of Spain at any time, please feel free to message me. I'm always open for a game. I love to sing, and I also love football.
Perfect. So, yeah, Ash, I think
Yeah.
let's take it away.
Okay, so I want to move on by discussing Pariplay's global summary. So, as you're aware, Pariplay is one of the largest global aggregators in the world. We have a focus on delivering to our operators top-tier content and bespoke content via our Fusion and Ignite platforms. We're the industry's most regulated aggregator. We're currently serving 26 regulated markets. We've seen above market growth for the last 3 years, and we're now serving an incredible 1.7 billion bets every single month. Our key focus markets at the moment is regulated North America, LATAM, Europe, and Africa. We're seeing phenomenal growth and opportunities in these markets, which is why this webinar was important for us to discuss the North American market in particular and our strategy moving into 2024 and how we can grow our partnerships together. We're currently serving over 1,100 casino brands live across all of these regulated markets, which makes the potential and the distribution is very extensive via both Fusion and Ignite platforms.
Perfect. So let me take you through where Pariplay is today. So today we're licensed in 5 casino states. Those are New Jersey, Michigan, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut. We are live today in New Jersey, Michigan, and West Virginia, and our expectation is to go live in Pennsylvania this week. So we're very excited. It's a big week here at Pariplay in order to have our first go live in Pennsylvania. And Connecticut, our aim is to be live in Q1. So in Canada, we have 3 licenses, which are Ontario, Nova Scotia, and Alberta. And we have 1 pending province license, which is British Columbia, which will help us partner with BCLC. And we're at the late stages of approval there. So we're certainly very excited to partner with those guys. We currently have 33 operators in North America. And so that's from the operator side. And we constantly see that growing, very similar to our suppliers. Now, from a Fusion and Ignite perspective, and Ash will run through kind of Fusion and Ignite, but those are 2 of our platforms for our suppliers. We have seen a large increase in growth in the last 12 months. From a Fusion perspective, because more suppliers are entering North American markets, so we've seen Ontario, all the states in the US, we're constantly seeing partners wanting to partner with Pariplay, suppliers partner with Pariplay in these markets, but there is certainly going on one trajectory, which is growth. We will be aggregating in all casino states by the end of H1 2024, so next year. And our key mission here is to become the #1 aggregator in the region. And by doing that, by being the partner of choice. Now, we'll go through what the partner of choice means a bit later on in the presentation, but that's currently where we are standing today in North America. So we'll go through the North American strategy.
Okay, so what is Ignite? You've probably heard us referring to Ignite. We've referred to it in this presentation, but you might not know exactly what Ignite is. So at Pariplay, we have 2 platforms available. We have Fusion, which is our RGS to RGS platform, delivering third-party content to our operator network. And we have Ignite, which is our own RGS platform, allowing studios to build onto our platform, sheltering under our licenses, delivering second-party content to our operator network. Now, we're already distributing second-party content into the North American market, which is a great milestone for us. And this is why Ignite is a key part of our North American strategy. As I've mentioned, we allow license sheltering specifically as well for the North American market. We all know that kind of supporting platforms in regulated markets is very resource heavy, it's costly, it's quite difficult to manage. So Ignite allows you to focus on what you do best, which is developing great localized content, and we do the heavy lifting via our platform. We handle the certification process. We can effortlessly adapt the games to local regulation. We have engagement tools available, which I'll kind of go through further on in the presentation. But once you build onto the Ignite platform, you can automatically utilize all of the engagement tools that are available. And we are also supporting the multiplayer technology, which is highly sought after at the moment, specifically with regards to crash games. Ignite is a very in-demand product at the moment for all of the reasons above that I've mentioned, and especially with regards to allowing studios to enter the North American market, which is quite complicated with regards to obtaining licenses.
Perfect. So what is our North American strategy? And it's, as we mentioned earlier, it's becoming the leading aggregator in North America, and that's by being partner of choice. Now, there are 2 key components that we thought, what will make Pariplay and what is making Pariplay the partner of choice in North America. And that's A, commercially transparent, and B, focus on technical efficiency. So A, in order for us to really partner closely with our suppliers, we want to be as open and flexible and transparent as possible. And that includes, being very transparent with the fact that there is one platform fee for suppliers. So from commercial element between us and the suppliers, it's very transparent. We want it also to be, from a paperwork perspective, very easy and simple. So that leads us to 2 different stances. So A, we could do North American agreements, which very much mirror our European and LATAM agreements. Our legal team is committed to turning around comments and paperwork within 5 days. We don't want to make it a process of taking 3, 4, 5 months to turn around contracts. We want to be very smooth and have simple agreements. And also we have letter of variations. Now, what is a letter of variation? For our already existing partners in Europe and LATAM, this is a simple 2-page addendum which adds on the supplier's entity that is entering that state and Pariplay USA. And what we're doing is we're just adding those 2 entities onto an already existing agreement with Pariplay. We find that a lot of suppliers appreciate the 2-page addendum. It's very easy, simple, and legal teams don't have a headache with getting things over the line when dealing with letter of variations. Another part of being commercially transparent is us to be absolutely flexible. We want our suppliers to negotiate directly with operators. We don't mind negotiating on behalf of our operators, on behalf of our suppliers. Or we find that what's working today, a great mix, is what's working today is a mix between us negotiating and suppliers negotiating directly. What we're finding is that suppliers want to be introduced to operators, which we can certainly do. And then the commercial negotiation, we want to be absolutely flexible. Whatever prices are agreed, we want to be able to commit to that and get some addendums out to our operators and our suppliers as soon as possible. We've heard that in the market, some partners or some of our competitors are tying suppliers in on exclusivity clauses. Now, that's not the way that Pariplay wants to operate. We don't feel like that's the way that we want to do business with our partners. We want our suppliers to be wanting to do business with us, and are proud of Pariplay and the opportunities that we're able to present. So we don't want to tie anyone in. We want our suppliers to want to do business with us, and you know, it's very transparent, the way we want to operate and enter the market. And as part of that, we will not be reselling, so prices will be whatever is agreed between suppliers and operators. The second and one of the most important things of being a partner in choice is focusing on technical efficiency. Now, within the North American market, there are many delays from a regulatory standpoint, from a game certification standpoint. But one of the key things that we've focused on is the efficiency that we have and creating processes that allows a connection to be completed within 6 weeks. Now, what is a connection? A connection is when an operator can test a supplier's game on stage and production. We want to be able to enable that content by working with our suppliers and our operators' technical teams so that the operators are able to test within 6 weeks. One key way that we do that is we streamline communications via a 3-way group. So whether it's Slack, whether it's Skype, or any other medium that every team can be on, all 3 teams, technical teams, can be on, we want to be able to facilitate that. And at the start of each connection, we'll have milestones and deadlines. So essentially that opens up that we're able to monitor the project. All teams are able to monitor the project, see where we are, whether we're hitting milestones, we're slightly delayed, we can move the goalpost. Everyone has their expectations, which are realistic. One thing that we hear about the market is that there are many expectations that aren't delivered. And that's one thing. We want to be transparent, open, and we've created processes internally that allow us to really get live or be in a position to submit to regulators within 6 weeks. And that's certainly, these are 2 of the main key components that we feel make Pariplay the partner of choice. We want to onboard as many operators in legalized casino states, and we'll touch upon that a bit later, but that allows us to offer as much aggregation to our suppliers to increase their market share within the North American market. And we want to have suppliers who can provide high quality casino content. What we're seeing at the moment is localized content is certainly working in USA and Canada. And we want to be able, and those suppliers who have a strategic plan to enter, we want to be able to walk with you through the strategy of delivering content to the market. And localized content is certainly an easy win at the moment. So let's look at distribution. So we are serving over 30 operators at the moment. As you can see, we are partnered with some of the biggest operators in the USA and in Canada. As I mentioned earlier, we are constantly seeing more operators wanting to partner with us in these markets, the same as the suppliers. But we will see this number increase as casino states open up, but also as the states become slightly more competitive. The USA strategy is to partner with all operators in all casino betting states. That allows us, as I mentioned, to be able to provide more market share to our suppliers. We will apply for all licenses that become available on the casino betting side. Therefore, we're able to we're able to support our operators enter those markets with our Ignite program, with Wizard, and also be able to then support our operators with the suppliers who enter those markets as well. So Pariplay will enter all markets. We're also currently partnering with sportsbooks in sport-only licensed states who are looking for casino content. We find a lot of sportsbooks looking for casino content for when those states open up for casino betting. This is inclusive of social gaming, but from a technical standpoint, to be able to have everything technically set up and for us to be only waiting on the regulators, we're able to then flick that switch of social money gaming to real money gaming. We have an increased focus on partnering with US lotteries. We have a close relationship, as you know, with Neo Games, who are the platform of many of the US lotteries, and we're starting to see an appetite of aggregation from the US lotteries for the likes of instant win content and scratch content, and using Pariplay as their preferred aggregator. So that's certainly part of our strategy. We want to, it's very, very important in the US to have a streamlined iOS delivery. Many of the major operators and big boys are using their own apps, and Pariplay has a solution for that, and we want to work with our suppliers who, in order to get their solution molded within ours, so we're able to offer that to our operators. And again, providing a smooth technical delivery of games. So in Canada, we have several different strategies. Let's start with Ontario. Ontario is constantly growing. We have more and more operators opening up there, but also suppliers we're seeing who are obtaining licenses for Ontario. So that is constantly growing, and we see, every month more interest going into Ontario. From Pariplay, from a Wizard and Ignite perspective, we are partnering from a regulated standpoint. So with the lotteries, ALC Atlantic, AGLC Play Alberta, BCLC British Columbia, and Ontario OLG. We feel that the regulated space in Canada is certainly going to grow and be the norm over the next 5-10 years. So we want to be able to support suppliers who want to enter to access these big major heavyweight lotteries. We want to be able to provide aggregation services to them. And obviously, within these provinces, British Columbia, the likes of Quebec, we want to advise and guide our suppliers through the journey of license applications. And then our partnerships teams are going to take care of, the game requirements, testing houses, roadmaps, building a good strategy with the operators. So we want to tackle it on both fronts, both from compliance and a commercial front. Obviously, we also do have operators who operate in .com, and we have suppliers who operate in .com Canada, and we can provide aggregation services to those of our partners as well. Again, providing a smooth technical delivery is the most important thing that we feel in North America is missing, and we can bridge that gap for our partners. So at this stage, are there any questions, being halfway through just on what's happened? I can't see the questions, Ash, so I'm going to refer this.
I can, don't worry.
Okay.
I've asked in the chat as well previously if there's any questions. We haven't had any at the moment, but we will also be opening up at the end of the presentation for any other questions that come along the way. So please don't be shy. If there's anything you want to ask, please do. I think we can proceed for now because there's nothing in the chat, but we can
Perfect.
we'll open it up again at the end.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, Ash, on you.
Over to me on our favorite topic of compliance. Oh, we have one question. Let's just do this quickly.
Yeah.
So is it one letter of variation for both Canada and the US?
Yes. So it depends on the supplier entity. A supplier might have one entity that's entering Ontario and different entities entering New Jersey, Michigan, West Virginia. What we can do, it will be one addendum partnering with Pariplay USA, and the supplier then needs to just list the entities that they are entering these different markets. But they do apply both for Canada and USA. The jurisdiction isn't the main blocker here. It's the entity that you're entering the market with. So as long as we have the entities on the letter of variation, we'll be able to proceed.
So we have another question. Adaptation, translation, and/or registration of games could be done at what cost?
So this is, I guess we can look at Fusion and Ignite separately. Fusion will be with the certification houses, so it's for the suppliers to speak to the cert houses. And Ash, I'll hand over Ignite to you.
Yeah, so when we talk about adaptation of games, so it's important to note that our platform is already live in these US states. So we make sure that obviously, if your games, if you're wanting to enter the North American markets with the Ignite platform, that we're covering all regulatory requirements. A lot of these can be done on a platform level, but we also make sure we handle all of the QA and all of the certifications. So we make sure that we're working with studios to ensure that all of the games cover the regulatory requirements for each of these markets. With regards to the cost, so the way this usually works is we decide, we're very flexible with our studios and Ignite on what markets you want to enter. But once we've devised a strategy of the markets for Ignite, we get a quote basically from the certification lab, and then we'll basically pass this quote on to the studio, and we can either agree or we can reduce markets, add markets. So it tends to differ basically, one, on the complexity of the game as well. This can kind of affect the cost, so it's a little bit difficult to answer in that regard.
Are we any more questions?
No, we're good to go
Okay.
on our
All
favorite
right.
topic of compliance.
Always. Always.
Okay, so being in 26 regulated markets, we understand the pains of compliance, the I was going to say ambiguity, but I think that's a too ambitious word to say on a live webinar, but I'm sure you get the drift. Ambiguity surrounding regulatory requirements. So I think this is why it's important within our partnership that we help to support our suppliers who we're working with in order to pass on our knowledge, considering that we've been operating in the North American markets for the past 3 years. It's important for us to support you and help you to understand how to enter this market. Being a very regulated aggregation platform, we have pre-existing affiliations with all of the regulatory bodies. We have a very strong reputation and a perceptive leader in content aggregation in regulated markets. So I think this is why it's important to partner with somebody who can help leverage these affiliations that we have, and also give you the advice that you need in order to enter this space. As Shiv has already informed you, so we're licensed currently in 5 states across the USA. And we're also licensed in 3 provinces in Canada, with one, which is British Columbia, very imminent. So we're very excited for this one. So yeah, this kind of gives you a brief overview of how we can support you from a compliance perspective. So let's go through our engagement tools. This could be something that you're aware that we have, or you might not. So we think it's important to kind of show you what's available via the Pariplay platform in order to leverage and build on your strategy and distribution potential. So we have multiple engagement tools available. We have a seamless Bonut Wallet API, which is fully managed on our side. All of our bonus tools are available and configured via one single back office. These can be utilized by our vendors or via our operators. They're already in-demand products, so we have a lot of operators and vendors using these products at the moment already. We can fully support jackpots for third parties, and we have dedicated BI and analytics, which are also supported for regulatory requirements. And we have 24/7 technical support team. So one of the engagement tools that we have available is tournaments. I think this is a must-have for operators. It works out of the box across any third party with a free spins integration, and also for our Ignite partners. It offers a real-time leaderboard and seamless cross-platform UI. It allows segmentation and flexible rewards. This means operators can upload, for example, Excel lists with segmented operator segmented players. And the flexible rewards could be the tangible rewards such as iPhones, spa vouchers, or it could be free spins or cash, for example. And this is, oh, sorry, it's okay. You can go to the next one. So as I mentioned, all of these tools are all available via one single back office. So we have Spin the Wheel. So this is an engagement tool that allows players to spin the wheel in order to win prizes. It allows you to weight the potential chances of specific prizes. It has its own game ID, so operators can use it outside of a game. It can be run in parallel. Again, it allows the segmentation and flexible rewards, and it's available via a simple configuration in the back office. And the next tool that we have available is a raffle. So everybody, I think, knows how raffle works. It's quite similar to the tournament functionality. However, the more the customer plays or whatever kind of configuration the operator sets, players can earn raffle tickets, which will basically be entered into the raffle at the end of the tournament to allow customers to win prizes. Again, this can be tangible prizes, it can be free spins, it can be cash. So these are a great range of tools that are available via the platform, whether you're Fusion or Ignite, in order to utilize and yeah, grow your business with us.
So guys, this is a very high level perspective and picture of what Pariplay, our North American strategy is. If you want to hear more about it and kind of learn more about the Fusion integration and access process and Ignite market entry process, we do have a defined process that we'd love to speak to you about. You know, again, it is just getting it out there that you know, Pariplay has, you know, we have a good strategy entering the market. We want to be able to discuss it with our partners, and yeah, just we look forward to hopefully having further discussions with everyone. Now, just to kind of highlight as we approach the end of the webinar, is we have, just in summary, just to summarize what we've gone through, it's a single point of regulatory requirements. Pariplay will be able to advise and guide on market entry. We have a strong portfolio of aggregated partners. We're constantly increasing the amount of operators that we're doing business with across the states within the USA and in Canada. And at the same time, we want to be able to support our operators with as much good, high quality content from our suppliers. Again, we've discussed the localized and the value of localized content. Ashley went through the technical solution, the 24/7 NOC team should anything happen. And again, that's outside of the commercial teams that I know many of you, you know, your partnership managers or account managers can WhatsApp, Skype should anything happen. We've been through the marketing tools, and kind of to close off the webinar is, you know, to be a fast and reliable solution to market entry. I think speed to market is something that the North American market has suffered with so far. Outside of license application and the regulators approving integrations, that technical piece of work is incredibly important and takes today a large amount of time. Pariplay has developed and is becoming stronger and stronger in creating a more streamlined process of that technical work happening within 6 weeks. So therefore, all we're doing is waiting on regulators to approve integrations, which they have to do in the USA. So, becoming the speed to market is incredibly important. And again, the commercial transparency, us being absolutely open with one another, from not only a commercial standpoint, but from an exclusivity. We don't want to have any of that. We want our partners to do business with us because we are transparent and we have the ease of the. So, guys, I'm going to stop sharing now, and perhaps we can have any other questions.
Yeah, so we have 2 questions here. So we have, could the engagement tools be linked to a TV show or TV game? Now, I'm not quite sure about this. Now, one thing that I know is that with the spin the wheel, it does allow operators to upload their own assets to personalize the wheel in order to be their brand. I'm not quite sure what you mean with regards to link to a TV show and TV game. So I'm not sure if you can maybe just elaborate exactly what you're looking for, and we can see whether we can elaborate further. North American entry is only through Ignite. So no, we actually allow, so we work in both with Fusion and Ignite for North American entry. So if you have your own licenses and you have a Fusion integration, then we can facilitate entry into North America under your own licenses. And with regards to Ignite, this would be utilized under our licenses. So both options are available.
Okay.
Any more questions from anybody?
So, guys, thank you very much for joining our webinar. If you would like to have, we will send the presentation out for everyone's email addresses who has signed up. But if not, please feel free to reach out to myself or Ashley for any further information. And we'd be happy to jump on a call together to discuss all of the opportunities that Pariplay can present to you in North America. And so, guys, thanks so much for your time, and wish you all a great day.
Thanks, everybody. We really appreciate it. Thank you.